Antarctica, a continent that stands as the ultimate testament to Earth's extremes, a realm where nature's raw power is on full display. Here, the world is sculpted by relentless cold, fierce winds and a silence so profound it seems to swallow all sound. This is the coldest, driest and highest continent on the planet, a place where temperatures can plunge below -80 degrees Celsius and where the air itself is often too dry to sustain even the hardiest forms of life. Spanning over 14 million square kilometres, Antarctica is a vast, frozen expanse that dwarfs the imagination. Its ice sheet, the largest single mass of ice on Earth, contains nearly 70% of the planet's fresh water, locked away in a crystalline fortress that has endured for millions of years. The landscape is a study in contrasts. Towering ice cliffs rise above endless plains, while deep crevasses and hidden subglacial lakes hint at mysteries buried far beneath the surface. For centuries, this southernmost continent existed only in the minds of ancient geographers, a shadowy land at the edge of the known world. It was a place of myth and speculation, a blank space on the map that beckoned with the promise of discovery and the threat of the unknown. Even today, Antarctica remains a world apart, governed not by nations, but by the unyielding laws of nature and the international treaties that seek to preserve its pristine isolation. The ice here is more than a barrier. It is a time capsule, preserving the story of Earth's climate, atmosphere, and even cosmic events. Layer upon layer, year after year, snow falls and is compacted into ice, trapping tiny bubbles of ancient air and particles from distant volcanic eruptions or meteor impacts. In some places the ice is more than 4 kilometers thick, pressing down with unimaginable weight, sealing away secrets that have lain undisturbed for millennia. Beneath this frozen shield lies a hidden world, vast mountain ranges, deep valleys and subglacial lakes that have never seen the light of day. In these perpetual shadows, the rules of the familiar world seem to dissolve. Here, water remains liquid under crushing pressure and total darkness, and strange chemical reactions hint at the possibility of life in the most unlikely places. The landscape above is equally surreal. Icebergs the size of cities drift silently across the southern ocean, sculpted by wind and water into fantastical shapes. The sun circles the horizon for months on end, casting an ethereal glow that transforms the ice into a shimmering, otherworldly expanse. In winter, darkness reigns, and the aurora australis dances across the sky, painting the night with ghostly colours. Antarctica is a place where time seems to stand still, where the relentless forces of nature erase all traces of the present and preserve the distant past. It is a land untouched by the noise and haste of modern civilization, a sanctuary for the planet's most ancient secrets. Yet for all its isolation, Antarctica is not immune to change. The ice is in constant motion, flowing slowly toward the sea, carving into icebergs, and sometimes revealing glimpses of what lies beneath. The continent is a living laboratory, a place where the story of Earth's past, present and future is written in ice and stone. As we gaze across this final frontier, we are reminded of how little we truly know. Antarctica challenges our understanding of the planet, forcing us to confront the limits of our knowledge and the vastness of the unknown. It is a place where every discovery raises new questions and where the boundaries of science and imagination are constantly being redrawn. In the end, Antarctica stands as Earth's last great mystery, a realm of beauty, danger and wonder, waiting patiently for those bold enough to seek its secrets. As we begin our journey into this enigmatic world, we must remember the final frontier is not just a place on the map, but a challenge to the very spirit of exploration itself. In the thin, frigid air high above Antarctica, A sophisticated scientific balloon drifted silently, carrying one of the most ambitious experiments in astroparticle physics ever attempted. This was the Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna, or ANITA, a NASA mission designed to probe the universe's most elusive messengers, ultra-high energy neutrinos. ANITA's mission was to detect the rare fleeting radio pulses produced when high-energy neutrinos, sometimes called ghost particles, collide with atoms in the Antarctic ice. These neutrinos, born in the most violent cosmic events like supernovae, gamma-ray bursts, or the decay of dark matter, can traverse entire galaxies, even planets, without interacting with anything. Because neutrinos interact so weakly with matter, the vast, pristine ice of Antarctica becomes a perfect detector. When a neutrino finally does interact, it produces a cascade of secondary particles emitting a brief telltale radio pulse, a signature ANITA was built to catch from its vantage point 37 kilometers above the surface. The experiment's design was a marvel of engineering. A ring of ultra-sensitive antennas cooled to minimize noise, constantly scanning 1 million square kilometers of ice for the faintest signals from the cosmos. Yet, in 2006 and again in subsequent flights, ANITA detected something that defied all expectations. Instead of the anticipated downward-going neutrinos, the instrument picked up signals of extremely high-energy particles blasting upward from deep within the Earth, emerging from the ice at steep, impossible angles. According to the standard model of particle physics, the Earth is far too dense for such high-energy neutrinos to pass through unimpeded. Any neutrino energetic enough to make the journey should have been absorbed or scattered long before reaching the surface. The signals ANITA recorded were not just rare, they were, by all known physics, impossible. The scientific community was stunned. The data was scrutinized, the instruments recalibrated, and the analysis repeated. But the anomalous events persisted. These were not one-off glitches. The upward-going events appeared in multiple flights with consistent characteristics, solidifying the enigma and challenging the very foundations of particle physics. Theorists raced to explain the phenomenon. Some proposed the existence of a new, ultra-weakly interacting particle, perhaps a component of the mysterious dark matter that pervades the universe. Others suggested the events could be evidence for sterile neutrinos, a hypothetical fourth type of neutrino that would barely interact with normal matter at all. More radical ideas emerged, including the possibility of a violation of Lorentz invariance, a fundamental symmetry of space and time. If true, this would mean that under extreme conditions, the very fabric of reality might behave differently, allowing particles to traverse the Earth in ways never before imagined. The implications were profound. If the ANITA events were real, they would force a re-examination of the standard model, the bedrock of modern physics, and could point the way to entirely new realms of science. To test these ideas, researchers turned to the IceCube Neutrino Observatory, a colossal detector array buried more than a kilometre beneath the South Pole. If the ANITA events were caused by known particles, IceCube should have seen a corresponding shower of secondary particles. But IceCube saw nothing, no matching events, no excess of secondary particles. The silence from the world's most sensitive neutrino detector only deepened the mystery. It was as if a cannon had been fired, but only the sound of the impact was heard, no trace of the projectile itself. The ANITA Enigma remains one of the most tantalizing unsolved puzzles in modern astrophysics. Something extraordinary is happening beneath the Antarctic ice, something that challenges our deepest scientific assumptions and hints at new physics waiting to be discovered. The search for answers continues as the frozen continent guards its secrets beneath layers of ancient ice. Beneath the icy expanse of the South Pole, The Amundsen-Scott Station stands as a gateway to some of the most profound scientific mysteries on Earth. While the world sees a hub of international research, the true depth of discovery lies hidden beneath layers of ice and secrecy. Deep within the station, advanced laboratories are dedicated to the study of cosmic phenomena. Here, scientists have detected signals that defy conventional understanding, anomalous wave patterns, bursts of high-energy particles, and unexplained electromagnetic fluctuations. These discoveries have led to the construction of shielded vaults and high-security rooms, where sensitive instruments monitor the invisible forces that pass through the Antarctic ice. The mysteries extend far beyond the station's walls. Aerial surveys have revealed perfectly round holes in the ice located in strictly enforced no-fly zones. These features, never marked on official maps, have sparked speculation about their origins. Some suggest they are entrances to vast subglacial caverns, while others believe they may be linked to unknown geological or even artificial phenomena. The South Pole is also home to some of the world's most sensitive radio and neutrino detectors buried deep beneath the surface. These instruments are designed to capture fleeting signals from the farthest reaches of the universe, yet they have also recorded inexplicable bursts of energy. Signals that some theorize could originate from unknown sources beneath the ice itself. Over the years, entire research projects have vanished without explanation. Equipment is left behind, data erased, and the physical traces of scientific inquiry are slowly reclaimed by the relentless Antarctic winds. The fate of these investigations remains unknown, their findings locked away in classified archives or lost to the ice. The presence of restricted zones, unmarked cargo deliveries and high-security vaults suggests that the South Pole Station is more than a centre for open scientific collaboration. It is a place where the boundaries of human knowledge are tested, and where the most extraordinary discoveries are kept hidden, deep beneath the ice, awaiting the day when their secrets will finally be revealed. Beyond the whispers of modern military secrets, there exist tales that reach far deeper, stories that beckon us into the heart of Antarctica's most unfathomable mysteries. These are not accounts of human ambition or conquest, but of something far older and far stranger than anything our species has ever known. In the coldest, most remote reaches of the continent, legends speak of vast artificial realms hidden deep beneath the ice. Worlds untouched by human hands, their existence hinted at only in the most secretive whispers. Imagine descending through miles of ancient ice, the world above fading into myth, until you reach a colossal gateway, an entrance not carved by nature, but by intelligence unknown. Within, the architecture defies all human logic. Vaulted halls and sweeping chambers, their surfaces gleaming with a cold, alien perfection. The very air hums with the presence of technology and design far beyond the reach of our civilization. These structures are not merely hidden, they are entombed, preserved in the frozen silence of eons, waiting for the world above to change. The chambers within are vast beyond comprehension, some spanning 9 acres, with ceilings soaring 40 feet overhead, all hewn from a single flawless stone as dark as the void between stars. No columns, no beams, nothing to support the impossible weight above. The architecture seems to mock gravity itself, as if the laws of physics bend to the will of its creators. The walls are alive with symbols, glyphs that shimmer and shift, their forms echoing the ancient scripts of Egypt and the Maya, yet carved with a precision that no human tool could match. Each symbol is identical, cut exactly 7 centimeters deep, as if stamped by a machine of unfathomable sophistication. Inside these halls, the air is warm and humid, a constant 20 degrees Celsius, an oasis of life in a world of deathly cold maintained by forces unseen. There are no lamps, no wires, no visible sources of power, yet the darkness is banished by a gentle, omnipresent glow. At times, luminous orbs drift from the ceilings, gliding silently through the corridors, casting shifting shadows as they guide unseen explorers deeper into the labyrinth. The very environment seems aware. Walls that pulse and shimmer at a touch, corridors that light the way as if anticipating every step, a living architecture that responds to presence. In these silent, monumental spaces, one truth becomes inescapable. This place was not built for humans, nor by them. The implications are staggering. An entire world, ancient and alien, slumbering beneath the Antarctic ice, its secrets untouched by time or human curiosity. Some believe these structures predate the ice itself, remnants of a civilization that flourished when Antarctica was a green, temperate land, tens of millions of years before the first human gaze. The evidence points to an origin not of this Earth, technology and design that hint at visitors from the stars, their legacy frozen in time. Some even claim that the same cryptic symbols found deep beneath the Antarctic ice have been discovered on Mars and the Moon, etched into stone by hands or minds not our own. If these accounts hold any truth, then Antarctica is not merely a frozen wilderness, but the resting place of a civilization that once spanned worlds, a silent testament to the echoes of an ancient alien world waiting to be awakened. In the aftermath of World War II, the world was gripped by uncertainty and suspicion. In 1946, the United States launched one of the largest Antarctic expeditions in history, Operation Highjump. This ambitious mission, officially known as the United States Navy Antarctic Development Program, was led by Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd and involved an armada of 13 ships, 23 aircraft, and over 4,700 personnel. The scale of the operation was unprecedented, with resources rivaling those of a small wartime fleet. The stated objectives were to establish the Antarctic research base Little America Before, test equipment in extreme cold, and extend American sovereignty over as much of the continent as possible. Yet, the mission's abrupt and early termination, months ahead of schedule, sparked immediate intrigue. Admiral Byrd's cryptic remarks to the press only deepened the mystery, hinting at dangers and discoveries far beyond the official narrative. Over the decades, Operation Highjump has become a magnet for speculation and conspiracy theories. Some researchers and enthusiasts argue that the true purpose of the mission was not scientific, but military, an attempt to locate and neutralize a secret Nazi stronghold rumored to exist beneath the Antarctic ice. According to these legends, the Nazis, during the late 1930s, established a clandestine base in a region they named Neuschwabenland. This area, located in Queen Maud Land, was allegedly chosen for its network of geothermal ice-covered caves, natural fortresses hidden from the world. The mythos claims that these caves contained warm, habitable environments, and in some versions even provided access to a hollow Earth, a concept popularized by fringe theorists of the era. The idea of a subterranean world beneath Antarctica became a cornerstone of the Nazi legend. Central to these stories are the so-called Honebu, advanced, disc-shaped aircraft allegedly developed by Nazi scientists with the help of lost ancient knowledge or even extraterrestrial technology. These craft, said to be powered by anti-gravity engines, have become icons of both Nazi occultism and UFO lore. The legend holds that as the Third Reich collapsed, a select group of Nazi elite escaped to this Antarctic refuge, taking with them their most advanced technology and secrets. Fueling the myth is the alleged existence of Admiral Byrd's secret diary, a document that surfaced decades after the expedition. Though widely dismissed by historians as a fabrication, The diary describes extraordinary encounters and discoveries during Operation Highjump. In these pages, Bird supposedly recounts flying beyond the South Pole and discovering a temperate, verdant valley, an anomaly in the frozen expanse of Antarctica. The narrative continues with his aircraft being seized by an unknown force and brought to a controlled landing, suggesting the presence of advanced technology or intelligence. There he is greeted by tall, fair-haired beings, described in the diary as possessing a distinctly Germanic appearance, who communicate grave warnings about humanity's destructive path, particularly the dangers of nuclear weapons. These beings, according to the account, express concern for the fate of the planet, urging a change in human behaviour to avoid catastrophe. The tale transforms Bird from a mere explorer into an emissary, tasked with delivering a message of warning to the world's leaders. Upon his return, Bird's statements at a press conference in Chile were enigmatic. He spoke of a new enemy, with the capability to fly from pole to pole at astonishing speeds, a comment that has been interpreted by some as a veiled reference to the advanced technology allegedly encountered in Antarctica. Reports of unidentified flying objects over the polar regions soon followed, further fueling speculation about secret technologies and hidden threats. Not long after, Bird was reportedly hospitalized and, according to some accounts, silenced by government authorities, adding another layer of intrigue to the story. While mainstream historians and skeptics dismiss these tales as myth and fabrication, the sheer scale, secrecy, and abrupt conclusion of Operation Highjump continue to inspire debate. The enduring legend of a hidden Nazi base, advanced technology, and mysterious encounters beneath the Antarctic ice remains one of the most captivating and enigmatic chapters in the history of polar exploration. Antarctica's endless white silence is more than a backdrop. It's a stage for some of the most chilling mysteries in exploration history. Here, the land itself seems to conspire in the vanishing of those who dare to trespass. The stories of vanished expeditions are as old as the first explorers who set foot on this frozen continent. In the early 20th century, entire teams disappeared without a trace. Their camps found abandoned, sleds overturned, and journals left open to the last, desperate entries. The wind erases footprints, the snow buries evidence, and the ice keeps its secrets. Among the most haunting legends is that of the lost party whose final camp was discovered years later, half buried in snow, their supplies scattered as if by some unseen force. No sign of struggle, no bodies, only a single frostbitten compass and a tattered flag frozen into the ice. Some say the aurora australis that danced above their camp that night was a harbinger, a spectral warning of what lurked beyond the horizon. The landscape itself is a labyrinth of peril, crevasses that swallow the unwary, blizzards that erase all sense of direction, and ancient stone markers whose origins remain unknown. There are tales of explorers following mysterious tracks, colossal, unnatural prints winding across the snow, vanishing into the fog. Some believe these are the footprints of creatures older than memory, awakened by the melting ice. One persistent legend speaks of monstrous five-legged beings, spider-like yet far larger than any known animal, leaving behind tracks near forbidden zones. These prints appear overnight, circling abandoned camps and leading toward the most treacherous crevasses. No one has ever seen the creature itself, but the evidence remains, frozen in the snow until the next storm erases it. There are stories of expeditions that vanished after crossing ancient ice bridges, their last known location marked by a broken ladder and a single cryptic rune carved into a stone. When rescue teams arrived, they found only silence and the relentless wind. In the archives of forgotten research stations, secret journals have surfaced, filled with anatomical sketches of impossible creatures and cryptic notes about genetic experiments using ancient DNA. Some diagrams hint at life forms never catalogued, their forms both alien and monstrous, preserved in the ice for millennia. Whispers persist of hidden laboratories buried deep beneath the ice, where forbidden science is practiced far from prying eyes. Some say these labs are connected by tunnels to ancient caves, their entrances revealed only as glaciers retreat. There are even tales of secret facilities, equipped with technology far beyond what is publicly known, networks of high-speed trains running beneath the ice, linking Antarctica to distant cities in a web of global secrecy. But perhaps the most infamous legend is that of Organism 46b. According to the story, a Russian team drilling into the subglacial Lake Vostok encountered a shape-shifting octopus with 14 arms, an entity both intelligent and deadly, capable of hypnotizing its prey and killing with venom sprayed from afar. The legend claims the creature killed several scientists before being captured and spirited away by authorities. Another secret, locked beneath the ice, its existence denied by all official channels. Whether these stories are fact or fiction, they speak to a deeper truth. In Antarctica, the line between the vanished and the monstrous is thin, and the ice remembers everything. At the geographic South Pole, encased in the most inhospitable environment on Earth, stands the Ice Cube Neutrino Observatory, an engineering marvel and a scientific enigma. This facility is not just a testament to human ingenuity, but also a focal point for some of the most profound questions in modern physics and perhaps geopolitics. Officially, IceCube is a passive observatory, a telescope unlike any other, designed to peer not into the visible universe, but into the subatomic world. Its gaze is fixed downward, into the ancient, crystal-clear ice, searching for the elusive signatures of neutrinos, ghostly particles that can pass through entire planets without leaving a trace. The observatory consists of over 5,000 digital optical modules, or DOMs, meticulously arranged on 86 vertical strings, each plunging more than 2 kilometers into the ice. These modules are sensitive photomultiplier tubes engineered to detect the faintest flashes of Cherenkov radiation, blue light produced when high-energy neutrinos interact with the atomic nuclei in the ice. When a neutrino collides with an atom, it creates a cascade of secondary particles, emitting a cone of blue light. By capturing these fleeting signals, IceCube reconstructs the direction, energy and even the cosmic origin of the neutrino, offering a unique window into cataclysmic events like supernovae, black hole mergers, and the violent hearts of distant galaxies. The scientific intrigue is immense. Neutrinos are messengers from the most extreme environments in the universe, and IceCube's discoveries have already challenged established theories in astrophysics and particle physics. Yet the observatory's capabilities and the scale of its infrastructure have also fueled speculation and controversy. Some independent researchers and whistleblowers have raised questions about the true nature of IceCube. They point to the facility's immense power requirements, the advanced networking of its modules, and the presence of high-voltage systems as evidence that its function may extend beyond passive observation. Technical documentation reveals that each DOM is capable of transmitting electrical pulses of up to 2,047 volts. In theory, synchronizing these pulses across the entire array could transform the observatory into a massive, steerable, phased array antenna, capable of focusing and directing energy with extraordinary precision. In the realm of advanced physics, phased array antennas are used to manipulate electromagnetic waves, steering beams without moving parts. If IceCube's array were repurposed in this way, it could, in principle, generate and direct powerful energy emissions, raising the possibility of applications far beyond neutrino astronomy. This has led to the controversial hypothesis that IceCube could function as a directed energy weapon, a device capable of transmitting focused energy beams over vast distances, potentially influencing atmospheric, geophysical, or even technological systems. Proponents of this theory point to unexplained phenomena, such as the anomalous signals detected by the Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna, or ANITA. These signals, which appear to originate from within the Earth rather than from space, have defied conventional explanation and fueled speculation about artificial sources. Some theorists suggest that these upward-travelling particles could be the byproduct of high-energy emissions from ice cube itself, evidence, they argue, of experimental firings or tests of the array's energy transmission capabilities. The most provocative claims link ice cube's activation to seismic disturbances, including major earthquakes. While mainstream science finds no direct evidence for such a connection, the mere possibility that a scientific instrument could influence geophysical processes is a subject of intense debate and concern. The Christchurch earthquake of 2011 is often cited in these discussions, with some suggesting that an experimental energy discharge from ice cube could have triggered or amplified tectonic stresses. While this remains speculative, it underscores the need for transparency and rigorous oversight in the operation of such powerful scientific infrastructure. The dual-use potential of large-scale scientific installations is not new, but IceCube's unique capabilities and remote location make it a particularly compelling case. The line between observatory and weapon, between pure science and strategic technology, becomes blurred in the frozen silence of Antarctica. Beyond the physical risks, there are also concerns about the biological effects of high-energy fields generated by such arrays. While anecdotal reports abound, rigorous scientific investigation is needed to assess the potential for unintended consequences, both for researchers and for the environment. The possibility that IceCube could generate energy fields strong enough to affect living organisms or atmospheric conditions is a subject of ongoing research and debate. The Antarctic Treaty mandates peaceful scientific activity, but the implications of such technology demand vigilance and international cooperation. Is IceCube merely a window into the cosmos, a tool for unravelling the mysteries of the universe, or does it represent the dawn of a new era, where the boundaries between science and power, discovery and control, are as blurred as the horizon on the Antarctic ice? The answers remain locked beneath the frozen surface, awaiting discovery. As technology advances, we are given new eyes to see our world. Nowhere is this more profound than in Antarctica, a continent shrouded in myth and mystery, its secrets locked beneath a fortress of ice for millions of years. Today, with the aid of ultra-high-resolution satellites and ground-penetrating radar, we are peeling back the frozen curtain, revealing a landscape marked by scars, some ancient, some recent, all enigmatic. These technological marvels have begun to expose Antarctica's true face, a face etched with features that challenge our understanding of geology and history. From the void of space, satellites capture images of the continent's surface, and what they reveal is astonishing. Vast, angular landforms and surface anomalies that seem to defy the chaotic randomness of nature. Among these, the most striking are the pyramid-like mountains that rise abruptly from the endless white. Their four distinct sides, sharply defined and eerily symmetrical, pierce the ice like the remnants of a forgotten civilization. One such structure, its base stretching 2 kilometers across, dwarfs even the legendary Great Pyramid of Giza, casting a shadow of wonder and speculation across the scientific community. But these are not isolated oddities. Scattered across the continent, satellites have detected a multitude of angular formations, their geometric precision standing in stark contrast to the wild, wind-sculpted landscape. Some images reveal grid-like patterns embedded deep within the bedrock, as if the foundations of a sprawling ancient city lie entombed beneath the ice, preserved in a frozen crypt. Elsewhere, a perfectly oval structure, 400 feet wide, emerges from the snow, a geological enigma that invites more questions than answers. And while many geologists maintain that these are natural rock formations, known as nunataks or pyramidal peaks, the sheer scale and symmetry of these features continue to fuel debate and fascination. The mysteries deepen with reports of strange phenomena. Some satellite images show glowing effects emanating from pyramid-shaped peaks, and conceptual animations suggest the presence of exotic energy fields. One military source, speaking to an investigative journalist, claimed that one of these pyramids was not inert, but still pulsing with unknown energy, an assertion that only adds to the continent's aura of the unexplained. Yet, the scars of Antarctica are not limited to its surface. Deep beneath the ice, scientists have mapped a colossal canyon system near the Denman Glacier, a chasm plunging 3,500 meters below sea level, making it the deepest point on land anywhere on Earth. This abyss, hidden from human eyes for eons, is a testament to the violent geological forces that have shaped the continent. Antarctica is also a land of fire beneath the frost. Digital heat maps and simulations have revealed that it is the most volcanically active region on the planet, with at least 138 volcanoes concealed beneath the ice sheet. The geothermal heat from these hidden giants carves out vast networks of subglacial caves, where temperatures can soar to a balmy 25 degrees Celsius, an oasis of warmth in a world of perpetual cold. Within these secret caves, life finds a way. Satellite and drone imagery, combined with digital reconstructions, suggest vibrant, biologically active environments. In 2018, scientists discovered traces of DNA from mosses, algae, and small animals within these warm refugees. But even more tantalizing were DNA sequences that matched no known species on Earth, hinting at the existence of life forms that have evolved in total isolation, untouched by the outside world for millions of years. These discoveries open the door to breathtaking possibilities, isolated ecosystems, unique and ancient, thriving in the darkness beneath the ice. Animated visualizations depict the evolution of unknown life forms, adapting to the warmth and shelter of subglacial caves, their existence a testament to the resilience and mystery of life itself. As the ice slowly yields to the relentless gaze of technology, Antarctica's hidden landscapes begin to emerge, dramatic, otherworldly, and scarred by the passage of time. This is not a dead continent, but a living, breathing world, its secrets only now beginning to surface from the cold, inviting us to wonder what else lies waiting beneath the ice. Antarctica stands as a testament to the enduring mysteries of our planet, a continent whose very existence challenges the boundaries of human knowledge and imagination. The idea of an ancient Antarctic civilization is often linked to enigmatic artifacts, most famously the Piri Reis map, which continues to spark debate among historians and explorers alike. This map, drawn in 1513 by a Turkish admiral, appears to depict the northern coastline of Antarctica, remarkably without the ice that now entombs it. Such a detail raises profound questions about the sources available to early cartographers and the possibility of lost knowledge from a forgotten epoch. Many propose that the Piri Reis map was based on far older source materials, perhaps created by an advanced seafaring civilization that charted the world's edges long before the modern era. If true, this would suggest a legacy of exploration and discovery that predates our written history. While mainstream cartographers dispute these interpretations, the map remains a powerful symbol, a beacon for those who believe Antarctica's past holds secrets that could reshape our understanding of human civilization. The notion of early exploration is not confined to disputed maps alone. Antarctica's legacy is woven from a tapestry of ancient stories, scientific discoveries, and enduring enigmas. The oral traditions of the Maori people of New Zealand, for example, recount the journey of Rangiora, a legendary navigator whose story hints at early contact with the frozen southern seas. According to these traditions, around the year 650 AD, Rangiora and his crew sailed their canoe far to the south, venturing into a realm of ice and shadow. They described a misty, sunless place, encountering arrow-like rocks rising from the sea, a vivid and unmistakable description of icebergs, centuries before European explorers would record such sights. This forbidding region was named Te Taiuka Apia, the frozen ocean, a name that echoes through the ages as a testament to human curiosity and resilience. Such accounts suggest that the Antarctic waters may have been reached by humans more than a millennium before the first confirmed European sightings, challenging the conventional timeline of exploration. These ancient echoes resonate with the modern mysteries that continue to captivate scientists and theorists alike. The strange signals detected by ANITA, the whistleblower accounts of buried structures, and the satellite images of geometric forms beneath the ice all point toward the tantalizing possibility that Antarctica's secrets are far from fully revealed. Perhaps the true legacy of Antarctica is not merely about lost civilizations or hidden military bases, but about a chapter of Earth's history so ancient and profound that it could fundamentally alter our understanding of the planet's past. The continent's enduring allure lies in its vast, uncharted expanses, a landscape that remains one of the last great frontiers for scientific discovery and philosophical reflection. Antarctica is a mirror for our curiosity and our fear, a place where the boundaries of science, history and myth converge in a frozen tableau that invites endless speculation. Whether the strange signals are evidence of new physics or remnants of a lost technology, whether the pyramidal shapes are natural formations or ancient monuments, the very act of questioning compels us to look deeper, to seek answers in the most remote corners of our world. The intense secrecy and restricted access surrounding the continent only heighten its mystique, fueling a global desire for transparency and discovery. Ultimately, Antarctica's greatest mystery may be the reflection it offers of our own relentless pursuit of knowledge, a reminder that even in the age of satellites and supercomputers, there are still places on Earth that defy easy explanation. The call for open, transparent exploration has never been more urgent. Antarctica's legacy is not just etched in ice, but in the enduring human spirit to seek, to question, and to discover the unknown. Beneath Antarctica's frozen surface lies a concealed world, invisible to the naked eye, yet teeming with scientific intrigue. The continent's vast network of subglacial lakes. Locked away beneath kilometers of solid ice, these hidden bodies of water form one of the planet's most extreme and least understood ecosystems. The most famous of these, Lake Vostok, stretches over 250 kilometers in length and remains sealed beneath nearly 4 kilometers of ice. For millions of years, its dark waters have remained isolated from the atmosphere, untouched by sunlight, and protected from external contamination. Yet despite these harsh conditions, the subglacial lakes of Antarctica may harbour entire ecosystems, thriving in complete darkness and extreme cold. Researchers have drilled carefully into these ancient reservoirs, employing sterile techniques to avoid contamination. Their findings are extraordinary. Microbial life, adapted to survive in crushing pressure, near freezing temperatures and total darkness, has been detected in the deep waters. These extremophiles feed on minerals dissolved from the rocks below, forming the base of a unique food web. Their very existence expands the boundaries of life as we know it, suggesting that similar ecosystems might exist in the icy oceans of Jupiter's moon Europa or Saturn's moon Enceladus. The study of subglacial lakes is not just about the search for life. These hidden waters record the passage of time, preserving ancient sediments and chemical signatures that offer clues to past climates and geological events. By analysing these samples, scientists are unravelling the history of Antarctica's ice sheets, tracking periods of warming and cooling, and gaining vital insights into the dynamics of global climate change. But the exploration of these lakes is fraught with challenges. The immense weight of overlying ice and the risk of contamination mean that every discovery must be approached with meticulous care. The secrets of the subglacial lakes are revealed slowly, one core sample at a time, as scientists work to balance curiosity with caution. Yet with each new breakthrough, the hidden oceans beneath Antarctica remind us of the extraordinary resilience of life and the profound mysteries that still lurk beneath our planet's surface. In the silence of these ancient lakes, we find not only the echoes of Earth's distant past, but the tantalizing possibility of life in the most unlikely of places, both on our world and beyond. Antarctica is more than just a remote wilderness of ice and snow. It is a vast frozen archive of Earth's climate history. Deep within its ancient ice sheets, scientists have uncovered a record that stretches back nearly 1 million years, making Antarctica the planet's most important natural time capsule. The secret lies in the ice cores, cylindrical samples drilled from the heart of the Antarctic ice. Each layer of ice represents a year or sometimes a season of snowfall compacted over millennia. Trapped within these layers are tiny bubbles of ancient air, dust, volcanic ash and chemical markers that together form a detailed record of Earth's past atmospheres. By analysing these ice cores, researchers can reconstruct temperature swings, greenhouse gas levels, and even major volcanic eruptions with stunning precision. The rise and fall of carbon dioxide and methane, preserved in these frozen bubbles, reveal the natural rhythms of ice ages and warm periods, and how these cycles have shaped the planet's climate. What scientists have discovered is both remarkable and sobering. The data show that today's levels of greenhouse gases are unprecedented in at least the last 800,000 years. The rapid warming and atmospheric changes we see now are far outside the range of natural variability captured in the ice. But Antarctica's role in global climate regulation goes far beyond serving as a historical record. The continent's massive ice sheets act as a planetary thermostat, reflecting sunlight and helping to stabilize global temperatures. When these ice sheets melt, they contribute to rising sea levels and can disrupt ocean currents that regulate weather patterns worldwide. As researchers continue to study Antarctica's ice, they are not only looking back in time, they are also searching for clues to our future. The lessons encoded in the polar ice warn of the delicate balance that sustains life on Earth and the profound consequences of tipping that balance. In the silent depths of Antarctica's ice, the story of our planet's climate is written, layer by layer, bubble by bubble. It is a message from the past and a warning for the future, preserved in the coldest place on Earth. Beneath Antarctica's endless white expanse, another secret pulses, one invisible to the naked eye, but powerful enough to shape the very fabric of our planet. These are Antarctica's magnetic anomalies, regions where Earth's magnetic field behaves in unexpected, sometimes baffling ways. The most famous of these is the Wilkes Land anomaly, a massive circular disturbance in the magnetic data mapped by satellites and aircraft. Stretching over 300 kilometers across, this anomaly hints at something colossal buried deep beneath the ice. Perhaps the remnants of a giant meteorite impact or a dense mass of metal unlike anything else on the continent. Scientists have been studying these anomalies for decades, deploying magnetometers aboard planes and satellites to sweep across the polar landscape. The instruments detect subtle changes in the magnetic field, mapping invisible contours that reveal hidden structures far below. What they've found are not just single hotspots, but a patchwork of magnetic oddities scattered across the continent. Some correspond to ancient volcanic rocks frozen for millions of years. Others remain a mystery, signals with no clear geological explanation. These magnetic signatures aren't just scientific curiosities. They help researchers peer beneath Antarctica's thick ice, mapping the shape of the land and uncovering ancient craters, buried mountains, and even the outlines of long-lost rivers. The Wilkes Land anomaly, for example, could mark the site of a cataclysmic asteroid impact that may have triggered mass extinctions eons ago. Yet, the puzzle is far from complete. As technology advances, new surveys continue to reveal unexpected features, hints of hidden worlds locked beneath kilometers of ice. Each magnetic anomaly is a clue, guiding scientists as they unravel the deep history of our planet and the forces that continue to shape it from below. In Antarctica, the mysteries are not only frozen in ice, but also etched in the invisible force fields that surround us, a silent reminder that our world is stranger and more complex than we can ever imagine. Deep beneath Antarctica's endless, blinding surface lies a secret few have ever imagined, an entire mountain range untouched by sunlight for millions of years. These are the Guardianship Mountains, often called the Ghost Mountains, a range as vast as the European Alps, yet entombed beneath more than a kilometre of solid ice. Discovered in the late 1950s by Soviet scientists using seismic instruments, the Guardianship Mountains have remained one of Earth's least explored frontiers. Their peaks soar more than 2,500 metres high, with jagged ridges and deep, mysterious valleys, all hidden from human eyes by an unbroken sheet of ancient ice. How did these colossal mountains form, and why do they exist in such a remote, isolated place? Scientists believe the Guardianship Range may be over 1 billion years old, the shattered remains of a supercontinent long vanished. Over eons, these mountains were ground down and buried by glaciers, yet somehow they survived, preserved in a frozen tomb, while the rest of the world changed. Modern technology has begun to peel back the icy veil. Aircraft equipped with ice-penetrating radar and gravity sensors have mapped the buried peaks in astonishing detail, revealing a landscape as dramatic and rugged as any on the planet. Digital reconstructions show sharp summits, winding valleys, and even evidence of ancient rivers that once carved their way through the range. Yet, despite these advances, the Guardianship Mountains remain almost entirely unexplored. No human has ever set foot on their rocky slopes. No camera has ever captured their true form. The ecosystems, if any exist, are unknown, and the geological secrets locked within their rocks may hold answers to some of the deepest mysteries about the formation of continents and the evolution of Earth's climate. For now, the Ghost Mountains of Antarctica stand as a testament to nature's power to conceal and preserve. They are hidden monuments, reminders that even in an age of satellites and supercomputers, our planet still holds vast uncharted realms waiting silently beneath the ice. Beneath the forbidding ice and within the frozen deserts of Antarctica, life finds a way, though not as most of us know it. Here, in the harshest conditions on Earth, scientists have uncovered astonishing communities of extremophiles, microscopic organisms that thrive where nearly nothing else can survive. In the icy crusts of buried lakes, ancient brine pockets, and even inside solid rock, these resilient microbes endure freezing temperatures, crushing pressures, and total darkness. Some, like the bacteria living in Lake Vostok, an isolated body of water sealed off beneath nearly 4 kilometers of ice for over 15 million years, exist in complete isolation from the surface world. These microbes metabolize minerals from the rock below, or extract energy from chemical reactions in the water, surviving without sunlight in an ecosystem that mirrors conditions found on distant moons like Europa or Enceladus. Elsewhere, in the McMurdo Dry Valleys, one of the coldest and driest deserts on Earth, cyanobacteria create thin, vivid mats beneath translucent rocks. Protected from the harshest ultraviolet radiation, they photosynthesize in meager light, forming the foundation of a fragile, isolated food web. In salty hypersaline ponds, other microbes flourish in brines that would kill most known life, their cellular machinery specially adapted to resist dehydration and freezing. Some Antarctic fungi and algae have evolved antifreeze proteins, allowing them to remain active at sub-zero temperatures, while others survive in a state of suspended animation for years, only reactivating when conditions briefly improve. These adaptations are not just survival tricks. They are blueprints for life in the most extreme environments imaginable. What makes these discoveries so profound isn't just that life can exist in such places, but that it can flourish, adapt, and even evolve in ways that challenge our understanding of biology itself. The unique life forms of Antarctica are living laboratories, offering clues about the origins of life on Earth and the potential for life elsewhere in the universe. In the end, the hidden world beneath Antarctica's ice and within its barren landscapes is a reminder, even on a planet that seems cold and lifeless, the spark of life endures, quietly rewriting the boundaries of the possible. While Antarctica's frozen wilderness may seem untouched by human hands, its fate has been shaped by a remarkable experiment in global cooperation. The Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959 and entering into force in 1961, stands as one of humanity's most ambitious and enduring diplomatic achievements. In an era shadowed by Cold War tensions, 12 nations, including the United States, the Soviet Union and the United Kingdom, came together to declare that Antarctica would be used exclusively for peaceful purposes. Military activity, nuclear explosions, and the disposal of radioactive waste were strictly prohibited. Since then, the treaty has grown to include 54 parties, representing a shared promise to preserve the continent for scientific research and environmental protection. Under the watchful gaze of this pact, Antarctica became the only continent without a native population, a standing army or private land ownership. Instead, its vast ice sheets and hidden valleys became a living laboratory, open to all nations and closed to commercial exploitation. Additional protocols, like the 1991 Madrid Protocol, further strengthened these protections, designating Antarctica as a natural reserve devoted to peace and science. Mining was banned, strict environmental standards were set, and all human activity, down to the disposal of trash, became subject to careful regulation. Scientific discoveries, from meteorites to microbes, are freely shared, while any territorial claims are set aside in favour of collaboration. The impact of these treaties ripples far beyond the ice. By setting aside geopolitical rivalries, nations have built a model for stewardship and cooperation that echoes in space law and global environmental agreements. Antarctica remains a continent of mystery, but its governance stands as a testament to what humanity can achieve when it chooses preservation over conquest. In the silence of the polar night, the Antarctic Treaty endures, an invisible shield safeguarding not just a land of ice, but the spirit of discovery and peace for generations to come. Beneath the endless white expanse of Antarctica, an extraordinary treasure waits, one not of ice, but of stone and metal fallen from the stars. Each austral summer, teams of scientists brave the bitter cold and relentless winds, combing the surface for fragments of meteorites, cosmic messengers that have journeyed millions of years across the solar system before coming to rest on the world's most remote continent. Why Antarctica? The answer lies in its natural landscape. The ice sheets act as a conveyor belt, slowly pushing ancient meteorites toward the surface. The stark contrast between dark space rocks and the brilliant blue and white ice makes meteorites easier to spot here than anywhere else on Earth. Over the past 4 decades, researchers have recovered more than 50,000 meteorites from Antarctica, a collection unmatched by any other region. High-resolution satellite imagery reveals the search in action, distant figures dwarfed by the scale of the ice, methodically scanning windswept fields for the telltale glint of extraterrestrial stone. Specialized equipment, magnetic detectors, GPS trackers, insulated collection kits ensures that each discovery is carefully documented and preserved, uncontaminated by terrestrial life. But the true value of these meteorites lies in the secrets they hold. Some are remnants of ancient asteroids, their mineral structures unchanged since the birth of the solar system 4.6 billion years ago. Others are far rarer, fragments blasted from the Moon or even Mars by violent impacts, offering scientists a direct glimpse into the geology of other worlds. By analyzing their isotopic signatures and microscopic inclusions, researchers reconstruct the conditions of the early solar system, track the history of planetary collisions, and even search for the building blocks of life. Animations and digital renderings reveal the intricate details: chondrules frozen in time, metallic veins etched by cosmic radiation, tiny bubbles that once held primordial gases. Each meteorite is a time capsule, preserving clues to the origins of Earth and the evolution of our planetary neighbourhood. The Antarctic Meteorite Programme is a global endeavour, with samples shared freely among research institutions in accordance with the very spirit of international cooperation that defines the continent. Discoveries made here have rewritten textbooks, uncovered new types of meteorites, and inspired generations of planetary scientists. In Antarctica, the search for meteorites is more than a scientific mission. It is a cosmic harvest, a bridge between Earth and the wider universe. Here, in the silence of the ice, humanity's curiosity reaches beyond the planet, gathering the ancient whispers of the stars. Beneath Antarctica's relentless winds and endless sheets of ice, a new frontier of discovery unfolds, not in the search for life, but in the pursuit of the universe's most elusive secrets. Here, at the bottom of the world, scientists have transformed the frozen continent into a listening post for the cosmos. Deep within the ice, detectors like the Ice Cube Neutrino Observatory are embedded in a cubic kilometre of crystal-clear Antarctic ice. Unlike traditional telescopes that gaze upward, IceCube peers inward, waiting for rare flashes of blue Cherenkov light, signals produced when neutrinos, ghostly particles from distant galaxies, interact with the atoms in the ice. These neutrinos, born from the heart of supernovae, black holes, and even the Big Bang itself, pass through planets, stars, and entire galaxies as if they were nothing more than shadows. Only in the stillness of Antarctica's untouched ice can their faint traces be captured. Animated diagrams reveal how thousands of optical sensors, suspended on cables deep below the surface, form a three-dimensional grid. When a high-energy neutrino collides with a molecule of ice, a fleeting cascade of light is detected, allowing scientists to reconstruct its path and trace its origins, sometimes to galaxies billions of light-years away. But Antarctica's role as a cosmic observatory doesn't end with neutrinos. On the surface, experiments like ANITA and the South Pole Telescope monitor the heavens for cosmic rays and the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, the cosmic microwave background. The continent's extreme isolation, thin atmosphere, and utter darkness during the polar night create one of the clearest windows to the universe anywhere on Earth. In these experiments, no human presence is seen, only the silent, methodical work of machines and sensors, tirelessly gathering data from the edge of reality. Computer simulations and data visualizations illustrate the invisible particles from the dawn of time, ancient relics of creation, zipping through the Earth and into the detectors below. Antarctica's unique environment makes it a natural laboratory for fundamental physics. Here scientists probe questions that reach beyond our solar system. What powers the most violent explosions in the universe? How do black holes shape galaxies? Could there be unknown particles or forces yet to be discovered? As the world above remains frozen and silent beneath the ice, Antarctica listens, capturing the faint echoes of the cosmos. In this alien landscape, humanity extends its senses to the very edge of space and time, transforming the planet's most remote continent into a gateway to the stars.